Hi guys, thank you all for watching and welcome back to my channel. I promised that I will post more hair related videos, so here I am. Today I'm gonna show you a lovely braided voluminous hairstyle that has been very often requested on Instagram. I get questioned about that hairstyle a lot. And even though it might look a little complicated, I promise you it's super easy. So today I'm gonna show you how to go from this to this voluminous romantic braided hairstyle. I like calling this either mermaid braid or a bohemian braid, depending on how you style it and whether you use accessories or not. You can even add a certain vibe. And I think that that's a great hairstyle that could be worn basically anytime. You can wear this to work, you can wear it when you're working out because it will still keep your hair off the face, but since you can also style it up a little bit with certain accessories, it could be also a great bridal hairstyle or like for a prom. So if you want to know how to make this beautiful voluminous braid, then please keep watching. The things you're going to need besides your head and your hair: you'll need a brush, then you will need several hair ties. I personally prefer using soft hair ties, no metal parts, and I like hair ties that are kind of tight but not the hard type, because that would also do some damage, especially on the ends. So if you, like me, are growing out your hair, that's very important. And the rest depends on whether you like to accessorize or not. So I have here this hair jewelry that I got years ago from my husband that I like using a lot in various hairstyles. Or you can use a clip or something like this. It's a rose gold clippy, or you can even add flowers at the end, and that is of course up to you. So let's start. So first, of course, who would have thunk that, I'm gonna brush my hair through. And by the way, I don't know if this setup is going to work long term for our hairstyling videos. I have a mirror here at an angle, and we'll see if that's how we keep it in future for hairstyling videos. So anyway, the first thing I do is, after I brushed my hair through, I grab two sections here in the front. If you have layers, you can like leave out the front sections like so. And I grab this hair and put it to the back. Since my hair is so long, I will take the entire thing and I kind of like twisting it once very loosely. And when I pull it to the back, the first thing I do is I kind of adjust it here, because I want this to be semi-flat on the side. It can be a little messy, but not too messy. But that's of course something you have to figure out for yourself, what looks good to you. So I'm gonna tie the hair in the back together, these two strands that I just made. And then I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen then there in the back. I hope you can still see it. So now that I tied my hair in the back, I'm gonna grab it and loop it through. So that's the first step. Now I'm gonna grab another section here on the side. Doesn't have to be super thick, depends of course on how much hair you have. If necessary, you can always add some clip-in extensions. I'm gonna again twist it once around and I'm gonna pull the hair to the back and tie it there. But this time I'm gonna go a little bit towards the side on which I wanna have the braid. So I'm gonna turn around so that you can see it. But first let me tie this. So again, just simply tie it with one of these soft hair ties. And now you see this is a little bit on the side, and I'm again gonna loop it through. And I will stretch this a little bit so that it kind of covers the hair tie here. So you can always adjust it a little bit. And I'm gonna do the same with a third section. So again, I'm just gonna grab the hair, take a hair tie, and go ever so slightly to the right, to my right, because that's where the braid is gonna be. And then I'm gonna loop it through again. And this creates this nice section where it looks like I started braiding a little bit higher, but it's basically just tied together. And then I go back to the front. I like grabbing my brush and adjusting this, smoothing this a little bit. And whenever I feel that this just doesn't look the way I prefer it, you can always go and play with this. Twist a little bit the strands. You can even pull the hair slightly out if you want this to be a little bit looser. That is up to you. I also have these baby hair sections. I like pulling them out because at some point they will free themselves anyway, and at least I have some control over it. And once I like what I see, I always grab the brush and brush through the hair again. And then I section all the hair that's now here, including the sections that I tied together, into 2 layers. I have kind of like one top layer and one bottom layer. So I'm gonna turn around so that you see what I mean. I wanna be able to make a braid with hair ties. So I like grabbing 2 strands here, left and right, and having a section here in the middle. That is in total as thick, approximately, as when I put these 2 together. So the first step is to grab these 2 things together. And I'll grab a hair tie and tie this. And then I pancake the sides a little bit. And when I'm happy with the result, I'll grab the bottom section now, this one, and part it in 2, like so, and I pull it over this section that I just tied together. I'll grab another hair tie and tie the hair together. And I stretch it out a little bit. And that's the sections where you will probably need a second mirror in order to check what it looks like in the back. And from now on, you'll be able to work facing yourself in the mirror because we moved the hair to the front. So I have here this loose section, which I will again part in 2. And since now I'm facing the other way around, I'm gonna tie it around the braid, around the section that I just tied. And I will tie it together. If this keeps getting in your way, you can always have a clip at hand and always clip the section that shouldn't get in your way somewhere else for the time being. And whenever I tie the hair, I make sure that the previously tied section is nicely hidden in the hair. And then I open here this, part it, loop it around this. Again, you can grab this and clip it somewhere else and make a tie here again. And so on. And depending on how long your hair is, you will have to repeat this procedure several times. And whenever you come to a section where you have shorter hair, I always like grabbing the longer hair and wrapping it around it. So when I tie it, the shorter hair is kind of wrapped in the longer sections so that it wouldn't stick out. And that way you can move further down. And now I came to a section where I feel like that will be the end. So instead of parting it and wrapping it around again, I simply leave it as it is and tie it together with the bottom. Then I pull here and then I stretch it out so that it looks like the other sections. And then I always grab my mirror and look into the mirror and see if I need to adjust something, stretch something out a little bit more. You can always play with this and you can always adjust the individual sections, and if some of the lower sections end up being a little bit messy, you can always simply remove the hair ties and redo them. And that's the good thing about this hairstyle, since we are using hair ties since the very beginning of the hairstyle. Nothing can really come undone. You don't have to start completely over. You can simply redo just a few sections. And of course, at this point, this is done, so I can decide whether I want to have some accessories or not. So as I said, you could use, for example, some flowers. So I could put like a red flower because that would match the motif on my shirt. So I'm gonna turn around for you. Or I could use this. Or if you are really fond of flowers, you can always add a few more. So I could add like one here in the middle, maybe another one below somewhere here. And then you could turn around and maybe add a few even here in the front if you wanted to. And if you wanted to add some extra romantic touch, you could even grab a headband with flowers and add it somewhere here. So that would be a cute hairstyle to go with a maxi dress or something like that. And that is it. That's the entire magic of this mermaid slash bohemian voluminous braid. You have seen it's really not that difficult. As long as you have a mirror where you can see the back of your head with a second mirror, you'll be fine. You can do it section by section. The most important section is basically the first one, because that's the one that's gonna frame your face. So definitely take your time with it and then just do it section by section. You can always go back and redo the sections and experiment a little bit, stretch it out wherever it looks good to you, and then you'll be fine. It's all about practice. If you create this hairstyle, you can post a photo on Instagram and tag me so that I can see what you've done with your hair. And that's gonna be it for today. I will have more hairstyles and hair-related videos soon. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you guys so much. God bless you and see you soon. Bye.